Hey guys, happy Halloween. So guys, although our neighbor is just sweeping the leaves from the boat because so many leaves are falling all of a sudden. Well, not all of a sudden, it's the season for it. So although Halloween is still not very big in Europe, or at least the part of Europe where we live, but me and Mike do a little bit of Halloween fun inside the house, like getting the Halloween candles or what I just showed you, the Halloween pumpkin thingy that we have here on the mantle, or this Mickey Mouse Halloween thing that we have here. And yes, it used to be filled full, but now that's what's left so far. That's the damage. Just a quick thing before we start with the recipe. So this year I saw that everybody is talking about some Halloween candles, and in specific the Yankee Candle Halloween candles. I couldn't find all of them here in Holland, but what I found is this. First of all, the Bridgewater Candle Company, the Hayride. Me and Mike used to love Bridgewater, we still do. Then at some point we switched to the Yankee Candle. So I decided to get just a sample of both. So I got this from the Bridgewater Candle Company, Hayride, which smells really good, but not necessarily Halloweenish. It just smells like your generic Bridgewater candle smell. It is really nice, and it really makes your home smell really, really nice, but not necessarily Halloween, whatever that may be. So then I also got this one, the Haunted Hayride from the Yankee Candle. This one was really difficult to pin down, like how does it smell? But Mike could tell right away that it does smell like hay. But to me, it smelled more like a weak smell of chocolate. But now it's the next day, and now I can smell it. So it took me a little bit longer than Mike, for my brains to process this as somewhat of a hay-ish smell. So, these are the options. But, of course, there are many options that were brought out last year, like the Trick and Tree or the Pumpkin Patch and all that.
Where's my chocolate?
Where's your chocolate? No, I'm telling you that candles smell like chocolate.
You've taken my chocolate.
I didn't, no. Oh, this. Yeah, I took his. Well, now you have to do a trick. Anyway, enough chit chat, guys. Let's start with our Halloween recipe. You're gonna love this. It's super easy. You're gonna love it. Hey Tina, remember this one? Oh look, Luna came to check on that sound. This one we got from our friends Tina and Bez. So cute. And there's Luna. Guys, Luna is getting a friend in a week. She's getting a friend. She doesn't know yet. You'll be getting a friend. I can't wait. We can't wait to see how Luna will react. Anyway, let's go back to the kitchen, guys. Finish our Halloween recipe. This recipe is really the easiest to remember, because what you have here is 125 grams of sugar. It's not powdered sugar, it's just regular sugar. 125 grams of butter and 125 grams of pumpkin, but not in this state. This is just raw pumpkin that I diced. Well, actually, we can get it like this from the store when our groceries are delivered. But 125 grams of, how do you say that? Of mashed, that's how I should say it, of mashed pumpkin. So it means that I have here 400 grams of diced pumpkin. I'm gonna put it in the oven or in the hot air fryer, wait for it to soften, and then mash it, and then see if I can come up with 125 grams of this. So this is a little bit tricky, but anyway, you need to end up with 125 grams of softened, maybe not really cooked, but in the oven, softened pumpkin that you mash. So it's really easy because it's the same measurement for the sugar, the butter, and the pumpkin, the mashed pumpkin eventually. So that is 125 grams for all three of these ingredients. Then we have 2 eggs. We have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of what we call in Holland specula's kruiden, which is what you guys in other countries, I think, have as the pumpkin spices. This is what you guys call pumpkin spices. It's mainly cinnamon. Let me see, cinnamon mixed with coriander. No. How do you guys call that? Nutmeg? Nut? I don't know. Clove, ginger, cardamom, and oh yeah, and then dried orange skin. There you have it. So anyway, you guys call it the pumpkin spice. Funny thing is, in pumpkin spice there is no pumpkin. So yeah, then if you want to go for the old-fashioned topping, I'll put it in the description below how you can make a topping that will go with this, still in the Halloween theme. But that's not what I'm going to do today, especially not with my chronic pain that's acting up lately. Stomach pain and all that. I can't handle too much grease and cream. So what I'm going to do is a little bit different. I have here the extra sugar paste. It's extra smooth. That's why it's called extra. It's sugar paste and it's orange. See? And it's soft. So you should be able to roll it out and make it even thinner. And what we call the edible inked. This is an edible inked marker. Get that one because we need the green one. And I think you guys know where this is going to. Okay, so this is what you need. But first, I'm going to soften this either in the oven or the hot air fryer, since I have the hot air fryer. Guys, I forgot one thing. I'm sorry. You need another 125, not another. You need also 125 grams of what we call here flour that's specially made, processed, for cake, cookies, and all that. Why? Because it has yeast in it. So 125 grams also of the flour, but then this kind, preferably this kind. You could try it with the regular one, but if you happen to have this or you can get your hands on this one, please get this one, because this one also has this nice smell and nice aroma. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, all the measurements will be in the description, no worries. Guys, a little change of plans. I discovered that once you dice the pumpkin in these kind of little pieces, you cannot soften them in the hot air fryer, which is weird because me and Mike almost always have, we always have this tradition of making pumpkin soup this month, actually. So it is on the agenda somewhere this month till the end of the October, and we love it. And the recipe, we shared that on this channel. The recipe calls for also the same thing as what I'm trying to do, to soften your pumpkin before you puree it, more or less. And we always do that with bigger chunk, of course. We cut them in somewhat bigger chunks than this, and it works perfect. But apparently, once you cut the pumpkin in these kind of little dice pieces, you can't do it. You end up with drying the pumpkin and nothing happens. So I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna boil it until it becomes soft, and then drain it, and then continue. Look at this, guys. This is exactly what I wanted. It's been boiling for 5 minutes and it's already done. Sarah, I just finished replying to you. Now time to finish this recipe. I'm sorry, guys, I haven't been making as much videos, recipes. Just, we're not really feeling well, both of us, all kind of chronic pain and all that. So we're not going to put that in the video. Just want to keep this positive and just fun. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna drain this, let it cool off, and then continue. So there it is. Wait for this to cool off a little bit, or you know what, just go ahead and mash it right now with a fork. Let it cool off, and then measure 125 grams of what you come up with. Okay, so there you have it. So why I did not want it to boil this in the first place is that when you boil these kind of vegetables, they absorb a lot of water, and that sometimes interferes with the rest of the recipe. But when you do it like this, mash it in one of these thingies, what also happens at the same time is that you get rid of all the water, all the juices. Okay, so I think we can easily get 125 grams of this, but still let it cool off a little bit. So guys, while we're waiting for the pumpkin to cool off, why not share this little bit of information with you? Mike just got this arcade joystick. It's an original one for his Commodore.
This one.
That one. Yeah, that's so cool. And
You
look,
need to retrobite it though.
it was made in Holland.
Look. This is the original color and this is the color it has now.
Oh yeah. Big
So-
difference. Cool. That's really cool. So he got these books also. But then the guy that he got them from gave him one for free. That's really nice. Manuals for the Commodore. Guys, so first we're gonna mix the sugar and the butter for really a long time. For about 6 or 7 minutes at least until they become fluffy. So sugar and butter. Well, there you have it. I've been beating this on high speed 8 minutes. Of course, you cannot start with high speed because otherwise you'll have sugar all over your kitchen. So just start bit by bit until they're combined and then switch to high speed and then 8 minutes. I know it's long, but yeah, that gives you the nice fluffy buttery texture. This is what you want to have, when you buy a pie. This is what you want to have. That's why there is a difference in quality between pie made with butter or made with oil. The one with butter is of course expensive because it has more flavor, more taste, more smell. Yeah, and it requires a little bit more work. But anyway, yeah, this is it. So let's continue. Guys, one little thing I want to add to this, speaking of the sugar, best thing you can do is use powdered sugar. We don't have that, and I really didn't feel like grinding sugar. I could have done that. We have a little machine for that, but I just went with it. Now we're going to continue beating this. We're going to add 1 egg and then continue beating it until the whole egg is dissolved and is combined with this. Then continue with the second egg. Again, keep beating it until the whole egg is dissolved and just becomes one with the rest. Then sift your flour and then gently add little by little while you keep mixing. And when that is all done, then we're going to go to the spices. 1 teaspoon of speculas or your pumpkin spices, and then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. My God, I was going to say something else. But yeah, I'm just way ahead of myself. Let's just continue with first beating the eggs into this 1 for 1. Take the time for the eggs. I'm doing this with one hand. I can't do this, you guys. Just to give you a little bit of a little cutscene in between. Okay, continuing with the second egg. Just keep beating it. Like Michael Jackson sings, beat it, beat it. Okay guys, next sift your flour. Like I said, get this kind of flour that's made for pastry, for making cakes and all that. Preferably, if you don't have that, then regular flour will have to do. So little by little, just sift it in there little by little while you're mixing. Please, this is very important. At some point, you should end up with something like this. See? Gently adding little by little the flour while mixing. Okay, so now we don't need the mixer. Very important. From this point, we're not going to mix anything with the mixer. What we're going to do is we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Kaneel is Dutch for cinnamon. 1 teaspoon of specula spices, which is for you out there, if you're not in Holland or don't know speculas, then it's probably what you guys call the pumpkin spice. And then we're gonna add the 125 grams of mashed pumpkin. You know, in contrary to what you buy at the store, which is almost 9 of the 10 fake, doesn't have any pumpkin, this homemade pumpkin Halloween cupcake is actually having pumpkin in it. That's why it's nice to make it at home. So I'm gonna add this pumpkin in there, the spices, and then gently fold it in little by little. Mix it while folding it more or less until it becomes one with each other, and then we're done. We're gonna fill the cupcakes. So guys, there you have it. Now gently mix it with one another. Remember, I'm doing this with one hand because I'm filming, so I need to put the iPhone down and just mix this in a better way. Just showing you guys the process so far, okay? So I'm gonna continue mixing this until it's one nice soft mixture. Guys, in case it doesn't show on camera, this is super fluffy. It's like super fluffy. It's so nice, fluffy, airy, very soft. And it's good. I just tasted a little bit. It's good. Looks like ice cream at this point, melted ice cream. So now we're going to stuff the cupcakes, molds that we have, shapes, little cupcakes thingies. So guys, next, this is something that you guys ask us frequently. No, all these accessories we had to get additionally. This does not come with the hot air fryer, just so you know. Same thing goes for these silicone cup holders, okay? So what I do is get one of these paper cupcake thingies and just put it in there, and you know, just go on, how do you say that? Go to town on these. Just make it happy, use different colors. I was trying to get one of the, some with leaves on them, like the autumn theme on it, but they were all sold out. So anyways, just have to do. So this is how we do it, and don't fill them up all the way. Just make them third, fill them up to the third of the cupcake. So leave like the top half clear. So just don't fill them up to the rim. That's what I'm saying, because they're going to rise a little bit.
Dat kan nooit het enige zijn, papier, want het zakt helemaal uit.
Yeah, Mike was just warning me that you cannot use the paper holders in the hot air fryer because they have nothing to lean on.
In the oven either. It's just something everybody knows that makes cupcakes.
Well, thing is, I always made I don't know if it's cupcakes or muffins with my mom with this in the oven, no problem. What she always did was to make sure that you put so many in there that they kind of lean on each other. Anyway, it's gonna go in there on 160 degrees, and I have no idea for how long, you guys. I think 20 minutes. I'm now really, no, I don't know. So 160 degrees, maybe 15 minutes, and then check on them, because I've never made them. I never made these with hot air fryer. So 160 degrees, 15 minutes, and then check on them. So there it is, just a tryout. And if I need to adjust, I'll let you guys know, and that will be what I will put in the description, because I have no idea. Meanwhile, I'm gonna clean this mess. Here comes the fun part. So, we're gonna take the extra sugar paste, stretch it out with a roller. It's orange, remember, get the orange one. And then we're gonna make little circles, definitely not bigger than the diameter of your cupcake. Just roll this out, and well, I'll show you. We'll start drawing with your edible ink. Start drawing whatever you like. In this case, I'm gonna make little pumpkins with green leaves on top, and maybe give them some eyes, and maybe I'll let Mike come up with something too, if he likes. This is definitely something, especially if you have kids, or if you have like young soul spirit people around you like us. They'll definitely be into this. This is such a nice thing to do with Halloween, you guys. Be creative with your family or friends, or you alone if you're alone, or with your boyfriend, girlfriend, it, she, we, what. So anyway, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna roll this out, stretch it out, and then start you know, let my imagination go wild. Guys, this sugar is really tricky. So, because it kind of, I don't know, I just went too hard on it maybe. So it was a little bit too soft, too soon. If you know what I mean, look. I tried to do it on this baking paper, but it just kept sliding back and forth. So I thought, why not do it on the kitchen counter? But then it stuck only just a little bit. So anyway, I have this shape, but just get whatever little small shape you can find. If you have a cookie cutter that happens to be small and round shape, get that. Roll it out as thin as possible because you do not want a lot of sugar. There is enough sugar in the cupcake as is. So we want this as thin as possible. I just tasted it, you guys. It tastes really delicious, nevertheless. So now we're going to get our green stift. Let me see if I can do this while you guys are with me. Let's, for example, get which one? Where's my stift? Where am I? This one? Oh yeah. So for example, this one, and then, oh no, I need to hold it. Okay, I can't do this. I need to hold it with the other hand. But I'll show you guys what I draw on here. So look, this is what I made of it. And then of course you can just do whatever you want. It was just a quick drawing. Look, I made also the yellow lines. But maybe Mike can come up with something better, but this is it for me, and then I'm gonna do a different variation. So guys, 160 degrees, eventually 21 minutes. So 160 degrees, 21 minutes, and then of course it depends on how much did you fill them up, the cupcake holders. So now I'm gonna let them cool off. It's really important if you want to do this. If you want to do just the classical topping, which I will include in the description with butter and all that. Again, the same thing as for this one, as for the sugary thing. Wait for these to cool completely off, and then put either the topping or this that we're making on top of it, because otherwise it's just gonna it's gonna melt, and it's gonna be a mess, and it's gonna be ruined. So for both topping, always wait for the cupcake or the muffin, whatever you call this, to cool off. So I'm gonna take them off, and that's why I inserted the paper cup holders in there, because now I can take the paper cup holders out and reuse these, because we don't have that much, because it's crazy. They're kind of expensive to get 2 sets. At the same time, you cannot add in there more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 tops. That is if you want to squeeze them in there. But if you want them to have a nice shape, then you'll have to give them more space. So it will only be about 5 maybe. Anyway, so I'm going to take these out and show you guys eventually the end result with this on top. Look at Mike. Mike's are better.
I'm going to make 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to make 3?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So now you have your own Halloween decoration on your favorite Halloween cupcake. See? Isn't that cute? This one was the one I made. This is Mike's. They're also cute. See? Now, go make your own and enjoy them. If you do, please let us know how yours came out. Alright? Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends if you like this recipe. And happy Halloween! Guys, look, I made Mrs. Pumpkin. I know her mouth looks weird and wet. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be a dirty bird, but it's just how it came out. Look, oh, but when I hold it like this, it's better. See, I gave her the lashes, the lush lips. Guys, I'm just giving you some more ideas, or you can just make fire like I'm doing right now with the red, the yellow, and the brown. See? Or when it's the Christmas season, the holidays, you can make you can get a different kind of color of this sugar paste. Get maybe the white one, you know, white because it's snow, and then start making shapes like these ones, like, I don't know, Christmas tree or whatever. You know, you and your own creativity and imagination. Guys, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you the inside. This is how it looks. It smells very, very pumpkin-y and cinnamony and spicy in a good way. I'm sorry, I just took a bite. This is how it looks on the inside. See? It's really good. It's well baked. This is not like, it's the hot air fryer, so how would it be in the inside? Well, this is it. It's very moist, very soft, and just, you know, like perfectly baked. And it's really not sugary at all. For some reason, I was expecting it to be very sweet, but it really isn't. Guys, look at Luna looking at Mike. I trimmed his beard and I took quite, you know, yeah, much of it. So Luna is
Not quite sure.
She's not quite sure who this guy is. Look, Mike's beard is, there's really big difference from how it was, how it is now. And I think that confused her a little bit.